Hi everybody, this is Lisa and this is Lisa English. And first, I want to apologize for not putting out any new videos for a while. And the reason is because I broke my leg. I broke the tibia, which is the bone that goes from the ankle to the knee. And I broke it at the top by the knee. So really, it's like breaking your knee. So I haven't been able to do very much. But with that, I want to talk about some words you might hear if you have to go to the hospital. So if you go to emergency or the urgent care, you might first see a nurse. You would see a nurse. And the nurse is going to ask you questions about COVID, of course. And they will also ask about why you are coming to the hospital. So this process is called triage. Triage. And this means they assess you, which means they determine how serious your problem is, and they see the most serious cases, the most serious problems first. So that is called triage. So after you have the triage with the nurse, you will then go to a room and you will see a doctor after you wait in the waiting room. You first wait in the waiting room, and then they bring you to a room to see the doctor. So what are some reasons you would go to a hospital? Well, maybe you are like me and you had an experience where you break your bone. So you have a broken bone. And another reason might be you have a cough or a cold or a flu. So the cough, like with COVID, and the cold is where you cough and sneeze, and maybe you have a sore throat, and maybe you have a flu, and with a flu you also have a fever. So usually you don't go to the hospital if you only have a cold. And now another thing that might happen, if you break your leg or a foot, they might give you crutches. So this is the crutch. And I have two crutches. So the crutches are to help you walk. And they also might let you use a wheelchair. So you sit in the wheelchair and you can roll the wheels, move the wheels, or somebody can push you in the wheelchair. And if it's very serious, maybe you need to have an operation or surgery. So you might have to see a surgeon, which is a special doctor who is going to cut you open to fix whatever your problem is. And some things people might have surgeries for might be for their appendix, if they have appendicitis. The appendix is a very small organ in the bottom right of your abdomen, of your stomach, bottom right. And Sometimes it has problems and it gives you pain, and so the doctors will take it out. They take it out. And another reason, which is more common for children, is tonsillitis. Tonsillitis. So the tonsils are here in the throat, and sometimes they become big and red and they hurt, and you have a fever with it. So if you have tonsillitis, too often the doctor might say, okay, we are going to take out your tonsils. And another verb you might use here is the verb to nurse. So we know what a nurse is that works in the hospital, but the verb to nurse means you look after something. So you might nurse a cold, or you might say, I'm nursing a cold. And it means you have a cold and you are doing what you can to get rid of it. You're trying to get rid of it. You are taking care of yourself. So this is some vocabulary that you might hear around hospitals or being sick. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you.